While Fuller House may be a family show, the Fullest House podcast is not. Listener discretion is advised. Hello and welcome to the Fullest House podcast, where we're getting serious and we're finding real jobs to support our wives and our kids. I'm Zach Horowitz.
I'm Mark Greene.
I'm Harrison Bloom. All right, guys, what business are we starting?
Funny business.
Sitcom episode.
I just brainstorming. We want serious. Just the word bank. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means we go into banking, we become bankers, we buy a bank, we start guarding a bank.
So is that a no on funny business?
That is a no on funny business.
Damn it!
There is no funny business on this podcast anymore. We're remaining on track the entire time.
We are serious.
We are
on track. We're gonna make that money to support our wives and kids.
That we definitely have.
Guys, you can't be doing that. Saying things in unison is very silly and fun, and this is not a fun podcast. This is a serious podcast.
Yes.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Let's talk about serious. So, have you boys seen any good art recently?
Yes.
I've seen many good art.
Yeah.
Interesting. Please tell me about it in graphic detail.
I saw a painting at the museum. That,
Saison, need I go on?
That
Fuck, that rhymed, and rhymes are silly.
Rhyming is
said
silly.
a lot about society.
And how we live in it.
Yep.
And
Society.
how we live in it.
Guys, taxes.
Taxes are
taxes.
awful.
Taxes.
Yeah, I mean, fuck taxes. Am I right? I don't even pay them. I commit tax fraud.
Harrison admitting to a white-collar crime on the podcast now.
Hey, Zach.
Yes?
White-collar crimes are very serious.
Very serious.
If you have any white-collar crimes that you also want to admit to, I encourage you to do that right now, because this is a serious podcast.
I mean, I don't have white-collar crimes to admit. I mean, there was that one vehicular manslaughter charge, but I don't think that counts as white-collar.
Gruesome murder is also a very serious subject.
Indeed.
Yes.
Well, manslaughter.
So, good on you, Zach.
But it is not white.
Manslaughter.
I personally have not committed any crimes, and I challenge the pigs to pin anything on me. Now, before Tyler gets an aneurysm from us not talking about the show, which I'd point out is very serious.
It's a very serious show.
Very serious.
Maybe we should. I meant Tyler getting an aneurysm is very serious.
That is very serious.
But this is also a serious show, and it starts seriously.
We would like to save our friend from having an aneurysm, yes.
DJ is going to a vet conference, to make a speech. I'm serious.
A very serious speech, which she put jokes into for some reason, but they don't land because it's a very serious conference.
Very serious conference. She's talking about cats, and I forget exactly, maybe their anuses?
Cat butts. Yeah.
Cat butts, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
that's
is very
definitely what it was about.
serious.
Very serious topic.
Yes.
And Steve is very seriously considering faking a spine injury to get out of going.
Yeah.
Look, DJ is very interested in the health of your pussy, and if you think that's funny, then you're part of the problem.
Okay,
Guys, Jimmy is always gone. He's never here for the baby.
Yeah, Steph is upset because Jimmy is often away on assignment nowadays.
Yeah.
Which is a fair complaint, but also, this was brought up like 2 episodes prior.
Yeah.
What has been accomplished since then?
I thought we had sorted through this problem. Turns out we hadn't.
Yeah. They never actually addressed the issue of him just going out of town all the time to go on these fancy photography adventures.
I was gonna say, like, there definitely was an episode, like, last season where it was this exact same conflict, but they just switched the characters around, where now Steph is concerned that Jimmy is away all the time, and now DJ's like, what? He's making money. He's making money.
Yeah.
It's a serious job.
He's making money. He has a serious job to support his wife and kids. You're not married yet, but he's supporting his wife and kids, just like we are.
His other wife and his other kid.
Oh no.
Yeah, Jimmy has another family.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
And
has a
that is
secret
going to
life.
become a real point of strife later on.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
of course. Yeah. I always found that weird when people reveal that they have two families. Like, what point in life do you have to get at that you have two families and you're bouncing between them? That has happened before. Some people actually have like two secret
I know.
families.
I fully
It's
know. I
really
was
weird.
not referencing
Yeah.
something that doesn't
I
happen.
know. I'm just like, what the heck? How do you get to that
Sometimes
point?
one family just isn't enough.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's not enough to love. Guys,
Yeah.
if you really have so much love in your heart, go start a secret family. Can't pin any crimes on me.
Oh no.
Hey, not illegal. They can't arrest you for that.
That's right. I mean, maybe your wife can kill you for adultery, but
Anyway, you know what's also not illegal but should be illegal?
what?
Fernando is depressed.
That's true. That should be illegal. The happy police should arrest him.
Fernando is not entitled to his emotions.
No.
It should be illegal for him to feel sad because
Yes.
when he's sad, I'm sad.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a good person.
Yes. A good person.
I have no idea if this is good to listen to, but I'm having fun. I'm
Listen.
having fun today.
Yeah. It's a fun No, it's a very serious podcast, Mark. No fun allowed.
Oh my god.
Right.
So
Serious.
Fernando is sad because he's retired and Formula 1 season has begun again. So he's taking it out the best way he can, walking around in a bathrobe holding his racing helmet.
And a trophy. You forgot the trophy.
Oh, I forgot the trophy.
And the fact that he probably stole that bathrobe.
Yeah, Kimmy has a line where she says, Fernando's just spending all his time walking around in a bathrobe. And it's weird because he doesn't own a bathrobe. Where did he get it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
He stole it.
He stole
guess
it,
he
but
stole
from
it.
who? Maybe we make this into a true crime
Ooh.
podcast and we're trying to solve the case of the missing bathrobe.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Good time boys in the bathrobe, the big bathrobe caper.
Maybe the ghost who lives in the Gibbler house owned the bathrobe, and Fernando killed the ghost and sent him to ghost hell and stole the bathrobe.
Harrison, don't be
like
ridiculous.
that
The ghost would be in ghost heaven.
Of course.
Yeah.
Who am I to judge the ghost's life?
Yeah, we don't know.
God, yeah.
The ghost could have been a very good person. All we know is that
Right.
they don't have a bathrobe anymore because Fernando stole it.
Which means Fernando is going to hell.
Ghost hell.
Yes.
When he does. He's going to ghost hell when his
He's
ghost
going
dies.
to ghost hell when he dies as a ghost. Yeah.
So Fernando is a master criminal who stole a bathrobe from a ghost.
Wait a second. Fernando had a trophy? That means he's won a racing competition?
Maybe it's like a weird joke trophy for like most losses or like most casualties.
He won the racing equivalent of a Razzie.
It's like he
Yeah.
won a race where it's like he caused so many crashes that he just wins by default. He's just somehow the only one left.
It looks really impressive, but if you read the inscription, it just says worst driver. Most injuries in a single race.
Yeah. It's his Guinness Book of World Records award
Yeah.
for the most number of casualties in a race.
And you can tell
Yeah.
someone's just waiting to say, like, Fernando, that award is not a good thing. And he's just waiting, and he's just going to go, it's all I have.
Damn.
Damn.
Let's just say this. Let's put this out there right away, I think. We have one of the strongest sad boy episodes I think we may have ever had on this show.
Oh,
There
it's-
are a lot of
okay.
very sad
I mean,
boys.
we'll get to
Yeah.
this again when we get to the actual Sad Boy of the Week segment. But it feels like there's a very clear winner, but also there are 5 characters that could have won Sad Boy of the Week on a normal episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
so much going on here.
Fuller House knew what we loved about the show, and they gave it to us a lot.
Yes.
They gave us
The
all the
whole
sad
episode
boys.
is about people being pathetic and losing and failing to do things.
And it's very entertaining.
Yeah. Speaking
Yes.
of people being sad, being pathetic, losing, and failing to do things, Ramona is scrolling through Ethan's Instagram.
Yes.
Remember Ethan, the cute DoorDash delivery boy?
Hey,
Apparently, the show has not,
not
unlike
DoorDash.
Ramona's other friends, the show has not forgotten Ethan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The cycle of Ramona gets a new friend every episode, and the show immediately forgets about them.
Guys,
Yeah.
I miss Coco.
I miss Coco. Best
And
girl.
Coco wasn't even Ramona's friend.
I know.
But I miss her so much.
She had like one line, but she became our favorite character.
I know.
She had like 2 or 3 lines, maybe 4.
Yeah. Yep.
She had a role to play in that episode.
Bring back best girl.
But J Money comes in and he's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Not scrolling back through all of his Instagram photos."
Yeah,
Obviously.
totally not. Yeah.
And
Why
guys,
would
we
you
got a
even-
big
why would
problem
you say that?
because J Money takes her phone and he wants to get a closer look at that photo she's looking at. And he accidentally likes a post from 10 years ago.
Oh my god. J Money starting out strong for the sad boys.
Which they're like 17, like 16, 17 at most, right? So was
Yeah.
Ethan on Instagram when he was 6 years old?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like Ramona says, like
maybe
she
it's
goes
normal
back
for
to an
6-year-olds
Instagram-
nowadays to be on Instagram, but I don't know if it was normal for 6-year-olds in like.
She
you
makes
know.
a joke though, like
Yeah.
she scrolls back to when Instagram was invented, which I'm sure was a joke on her part. But like,
Yeah.
how young were they using Instagram? I feel like people our age got into Instagram when they were like 13 or so. Like I don't know, 12 or
Yeah,
13.
And look, I know they're a little younger than us, so it could all be off, but I don't
Oh,
think they're
that's true.
so much younger than us.
Yeah, just they're supposed to be in high school. We just
Yeah.
graduated college, and we were like, we had just graduated high school when we were watching this show.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It seems like they're of the same generation.
Yeah.
Very random side plot because I decided to just look up Coco on the Fuller House wiki because we mentioned her. And if you go down
Oh my
and it
God.
says like more
Yeah.
Fuller House, Chad Brad Bradley is the first character that shows up. Our other favorite boy. I just had to mention that.
We watched He's All That recently, so Chad Brad Bradley is on the mind.
Yeah, he's all that. Where Chad Brad Bradley dates Addison Rae in a remake of She's All That.
I'd also like to point out that it lists Coco's status as alive, so like good for her.
What? What?
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of like wikis do that sort of thing of like status, dead, alive. But like I feel like that's more normal for like Game of Thrones or
Yeah.
like comic book
Like-
universes where characters are like dying all the time and it can get very confusing.
Yeah.
Rather than Fuller House. Is Coco dead? I don't know. She hasn't been in the show since the episode she first appeared. Glad the Fuller House wiki tells me that yes, Coco is alive.
I mean, good for her.
Oh my god.
Good for
I
Coco.
lost track.
I mean, this show, the Full House franchise did begin with a death. The death of the mother. So
Yes.
maybe it's supposed to be clarify, are these people dying from random sitcom illnesses?
Yeah, no,
that just
keep
kill
going.
people?
Justify this. Justify why this is normal.
I mean, the show is about widows and widowers taking care of their kids.
That's, you know what? That is a good point. Death is
Yeah.
so integral to these shows.
Yeah, it's an integral theme that needs to be taken into account.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And I'm sorry that I indicated otherwise.
Maybe Michelle is dead. Maybe that's where she's been the whole time.
They're in denial, and that's why they keep referring to like her fashion empire. Zach, check the wiki.
Yeah.
Is Michelle dead or alive?
Oh, I'm on it. Keep talking about the episode.
Okay.
What if they get a call one episode and they're just like, guys, Michelle is dead. Like she hasn't been in the show the whole time, and they just find out she's dead.
But anyway, J Money likes a post from 10 years ago, and Ramona starts freaking out.
Yeah.
She says, you know, everything was great, but you and your fat fingers ruined it. And J Money tells her that his fingers retain water, which is a very important thing to note, I think.
Yes.
J Money's fingers retain water. Then
it's a very common problem.
both Steve and DJ
Guys,
enter the room.
Sorry, quick update. Michelle does not have a status on the Fuller House wiki, so it is ambiguous.
What?
Wait, so certain characters have a status and
Because she hasn't shown
don't?
up on Fuller House.
Well,
They mentioned her.
She has a page.
Yeah.
She has a
She has a
page,
page.
but not a step. You know what? Forget even whether she's alive or dead. This means that Coco, a one-time appearing character with only a handful of lines, has a more detailed page on the Fuller House wiki than Michelle Tanner, one of the Tanner sisters,
I wouldn't
and
say that.
star of the hit sitcom Full House.
It's mostly information from Full House on here, and it's more detailed than Coco's for sure. But
Okay.
Okay, fine. They didn't
Thanks,
update her
Zach.
status, her alive dead status for whatever reason. But where were we?
Okay, so DJ and Steve enter the room from opposite ends. J Money is looking at DJ, and DJ says, "Hey, handsome." To which J Money says, like, "Oh, thanks, Mom." And DJ has to tell him, "No, I was talking to Steve."
But you're also handsome, J Money, and ruffles his hair.
And J Money is like, "Don't patronize me."
And then J Money is walking up the steps, and Steve, he kisses DJ very dramatically, and then he says, "I love looking at your beautiful face." And then J Money says, "Aw, thanks, Steve." Which he had
J-Money's
no
the best.
reason to even think.
yeah.
J
No
Money's the
reason to
best.
think Steve was talking about him,
Yeah.
but he still did, and that's why we love J Money.
He's so good. He's so good.
Yep.
Very
Oh,
good.
boy.
But DJ has an important job for Steve. She enlists Steve to help cheer up Fernando. She says it might help Fernando's mood to hang out with a close friend. And Steve says, "Cool, I'm happy to call one of Fernando's close friends." And DJ has to tell him, "No, Steve, Fernando doesn't have any friends. I'm asking you to hang out with him."
I love that. Who are Fernando's friends?
He doesn't have any.
It is funny because it is that sitcom thing of like when you have an ensemble that are a group of friends and every story is about them,
Yeah.
you know, they're only hanging out with each other to the point where it's like, yeah, these people have no other friends. Not that I'm close with like 50,000 people or anything, but it is that thing of like, yeah, we never see Fernando doing anything not with his wife.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can assume stuff is happening off screen, but
Yeah.
it is funny to point out. Oh no, Fernando just doesn't have any
Fernando
friends.
doesn't have any close friends.
Fernando, he does
has-
not have friends.
He only has his wife, who now doesn't want to spend time with him in his
He
most
spends too much
vulnerable
time at
moments.
home. Oh no.
By the way, there's nothing wrong with like being very close to your wife and not really like do whatever you do, live your life, whatever makes you happy. I'm just observing that Fernando doesn't have many friends, and it's
Yeah.
often a sitcom thing where it gets to the point where the main characters are like, "Yes, I only know 5 people."
Yeah. I keep a very tight knit group.
Yes. Nobody comes in, nobody comes out.
If you mention someone who isn't named Joey, Chandler, Ross, Phoebe, or Monica, Rachel Green, will not know what you're talking about. Anyway, so Fernando doesn't have friends, but TJ is asking Steve to hang out with Fernando and take him to Uncle Monty's sandwich shop.
And she throws in Jimmy as well, because he might as well come along to get sandwiches. for
Jimmy
no
is
reason.
also here.
Yeah.
Yep. It's just also Jimmy.
Also Jimmy.
Our trio of perfect boys are gonna go to Uncle Monty's.
Yay!
Yeah.
I mean, they also should have brought Matt. That would have been great.
That would
That
have
would have
been
been
very
great.
good. Steve
Oh, I
brings
would
his
love to
actual
see
best
that.
friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love their friendship. so
Where has
much.
Matt even?
Oh.
I feel like we haven't seen
He hasn't
Matt
shown up for a
We
while.
in a
haven't seen him
while.
this season. No.
I know he's in the next episode because that was one of the last ones we watched.
Yeah. He's to be fair, he's not dating DJ anymore.
Yeah.
Though he still is working with DJ.
Yeah, they're still friends. They
Yeah.
still work together. But like he showed up a lot before, but
Yeah.
but not as prominently.
But anyway, third thing that's going on, or possibly fourth or fifth, depending on how you count the things, Max is gonna do the high dive at summer camp.
Oh, gosh.
Oh boy, the high dive.
Last week, Taylor did the high dive, and now he's like the coolest kid in camp.
Oh,
I really
man.
appreciate that they're mentioning Taylor again, Max's rival from earlier seasons.
Yes.
His rival / frenemy.
Yep.
His rival / son of Larry.
Son of Larry.
Taylor, son
Remember
of Larry,
Larry?
rival of Max Fuller.
Well, it's mostly just my cue to be like, hey, remember Larry?
I do remember Larry. I wish I could forget Larry, but I can't. But I never can. His visage is burned into the back of my brain. I see his face when I go to sleep at night.
Oh my
It
god.
haunts me.
Every time you go in a hot tub, you imagine Larry sitting next to you,
Yep.
making weird comments.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Yep. But so he's gonna do the high dive.
Oh boy.
Beach. He's got his briefcase full of sunscreen, which Zach had a punt. Zach.
Oh, it's oh wait. Wait, yeah, it's a beach case. That's what the pun was.
There we go.
This was the beginning of the
yeah.
episode. Yeah.
I was going to say beach case because I enjoyed the pun, but I wanted to give you credit, but you were like looking stuff up.
I know, I was caught off guard.
Zach, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Are you serious about doing this podcast? Or are you not serious?
Yes.
Yes. We're very serious. So I need you to be serious about the podcast. If you have a suit, put it on.
All right,
be right
Marvelous
back.
Vamp while Zach goes to get his suit.
Alright, I'm back. I changed really quickly. I'm in a suit now.
Zach, you're so good at
Yeah.
changing.
I'm
I wish I
so
could be half as
fast.
serious
You're
as
so
you when I get
fast.
changed into my suit to go to work, to our jobs.
Oh yeah, why don't you put your suit on now in front of everyone?
All right, I'll get up to get my suit.
Yeah, you're so good at suits. Prove it right here in front of everybody.
All right, I'm back.
That's
I
what
have
I
my
thought.
suit.
Whoa, that was fast.
That was almost as fast as Zach.
And audience members, you can just believe that we have the suits on. You know, we definitely didn't just.
Because it's definitely
Pause for a
happening.
few
Like
seconds.
we're not gonna give you photo proof because like you gotta trust our word on this one. But like you better believe we're wearing our fanciest suits right now. I mean,
Yep.
Harrison and I are both dressed to the nines right now. Mark, I don't know. You're
Oh,
looking a little
I'm wearing a
underdressed
sky
over there.
blue
Yeah, sorry.
tuxedo
I'll go.
with the frills.
I'll take care of that. I'll go get dressed.
Okay.
Done.
Damn, that's so serious.
Oh my god! He's so serious.
Serious and the fastest yet.
Blink and you'll miss it.
So Max is on the high dive.
So now that we're in our
like it when we're
suits,
Max
dumb.
is going to go be on the high dive so he can prove himself better than Taylor. And Steve advises him to be careful that his shorts don't fall off as he's jumping off the high dive. Because apparently Steve, so he can prove himself better than Taylor.
Yep.
And Steve advises him to be careful that his shorts don't fall off as he's jumping off the high dive. Because apparently Steve once lost his shorts while jumping off the high dive.
allegedly.
Yeah, Steve
Alleged.
says, I heard about a guy whose shorts fell off when he was on the high dive.
Exactly,
And
which
she
means it
said,
wasn't
yeah,
him.
we all heard about it.
It wasn't
The
him.
Most
lunch
of us
lady
saw
wanted to go
it,
to
too.
prom with you.
And like, good for
Which
Steve.
like
Good
which
for
implies like
Steve.
good for Steve. Like Steve enticed an older woman, I guess.
Steve has,
Weird for that lunch lady. I hope she got fired.
yeah, or at least that he was of age
Yeah.
before she asked
I
him to
also
prom.
I think even if he is of age, it's weird for faculty at a school to date a student.
Yeah, it is weird. Though it is the lunch lady. It's not like it's your teacher hitting on you, right? I don't know.
I still think it's not super kosher.
It's definitely at least
No.
frowned upon.
Definitely frowned upon.
Hey, killer Friends
Also-
reference.
At the very least. What?
They do that in Friends. They keep saying it's frowned upon, and
Oh.
then Ross finds out that it's really.
So, Does Steve just have an absolutely massive sausage?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's what I was insinuating. That whatever happened did not apparently hurt his standing with women.
In fact,
Yeah.
it helped.
Yeah.
Steve is hung like a horse, confirmed.
Jesus.
Good for DJ. Good for DJ.
Good for DJ.
Yeah.
Now we know why she was gonna pick Steve over Matt.
Yep. Look, Matt may be an Adonis, but Steve is an Adonis where it counts, if you know what I mean.
So
God.
anyway.
Jimmy comes home and he and Steph have this whole conversation where he's like, okay, so you want me to quit my job so I can be closer to you and Danny? And she says, yes. And he says, okay, I'll quit my job. And she says, you can't quit your job. You need to support us with money. What are you thinking? And so he says, so you want me to quit my job to be closer to you and also to keep my job to keep supporting you? And she says, yes. Correct. You're a smart boy.
Correct answer.
Jimmy, you know you're in a major metropolitan area. Does every photography assignment require you to leave San Francisco?
I mean, he
Apparently.
talks about, like, he does a lot of photography for, like, National Geographic
Yeah,
and stuff, right?
that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, there's other kinds of photography. You
You can't, like, I don't know, take wedding photos. I don't know.
You can be like a San Francisco photographer and just take
Yeah.
pictures of San Francisco.
Yeah, you're very qualified. I'm sure you'll get work.
Yeah, but apparently it's not steady enough. I guess it would be changing too much in such a short time. I don't know.
Well, they don't really discuss it, so I don't know if it's that it's not steady enough. I think it's that these characters are dummies.
But we love a dummy.
You know what? That is a better way of putting it.
We love a dummy.
It's definitely weird when Jimmy Gibbler is the smart one in a scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's not even being smart because it doesn't occur to him that he can just stay in San Francisco and take pictures of streets or whatever.
True. And in Steph's defense, Steph is a mess.
Yeah. Steph is a mess.
She is a mess, and that's what we love about her.
Anyway, next we cut to Max is on the high dive. And guys, he's really up there.
And he's very scared. He's
very
terrified.
scared. He's terrified. It's a very real pool, a very real background.
Yes.
It's all very real, and it's very scary.
Yes.
If you haven't caught on, listeners, at this point, when we say something is very real, that's because it's overtly fake.
Yeah,
looking.
like
Overtly a green screen.
yeah.
But anyway, guys, we finally get to Uncle Monty's. Everyone's favorite sandwich shop.
Indeed.
Oh boy. Which, I mean, it's still nice. It is still a sandwich shop.
It's still a sandwich shop. Fernando is not doing well.
Yes.
Yeah, he is practically catatonic at this point.
Fernando
It's
is
actually
very
worrying.
depressed.
They point out that he's wearing sweatpants, but that is not even close to the saddest thing about Fernando at this moment. Like, lots of people wear sweatpants. Not everyone sits in a sandwich shop needs to be given a napkin bib by your roommate, who is your brother-in-law.
Your roommate / brother-in-law and some random guy that took you to lunch.
Yeah.
And then be fed the Coca-Cola by that random guy who took you to lunch.
Well, it's great. He's like, he has his sandwich in his hands and he's all melancholy and he just looks up at Steve and Jimmy and he goes, Esteban? Jaime? He's like reverted to some pre-trauma state.
Oh
He's
my
reverted.
God.
He can only use Spanish. He can only eat and stare blankly.
He can only do things that he has done before he got behind the wheel of a race car.
Yep.
Which is not a
God.
lot.
But also important in this scene, we find out Jimmy invented Ugg boots.
Yes.
Sort of.
Kind
Yeah.
of.
What do you mean, sort of?
He says that he didn't
says-
really do anything.
Well, he didn't do anything with the idea, but he said he thought, hey, it would be really cool to have a pair of really comfortable boots. Ugh. That sounds like inventing Ugg boots to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. He had a patent and everything. It just didn't ever went through.
Look, like he says he didn't do anything with the idea, but like that's very much exactly the same as creating a best-selling iconic product.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like when I said I wish I had a really tasty soda, and then Coca-Cola fucking ripped me off. Like
I know,
100 years plus prior. How can they even do that? Do they have a time machine?
Absolutely despicable that they would do that.
Zach, you're very quiet. What do you think of my time travel conspiracy theory about Coca-Cola ripping off my idea for a soda?
Ooh, well, I mean, look, I'm not saying it's a real thing that they actually have time travel, but I'm also not going to say that they don't have time travel.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thank you. I was really worried you were going to say I was like crazy or wrong, and in either case, I would have hated you forever.
Oh, no, I still think you're crazy and wrong, but I think if they...
Zach, I hate you forever!
I feel like if they had a time travel
And I'll
machine,
never accept an apology.
they'd do other things, like, I don't know, punch Hitler or something.
You hurt me.
You know what
You
else
hurt
is
me a
hurting?
lot.
Ramona after liking Ethan's old Instagram picture. Hey, transitions! I don't even know if that's what happened next in the episode, but we're doing it.
It's not. Fernando says, I just think it's important to know that all he cares about is sandwiches. To which Steve says, you have a wife and a daughter.
Yes.
Yeah. All of the sad boy energy is just leaking out of Fernando in this moment. He has lost all sense of purpose, including...
And he's not even the front runner.
And as if it couldn't get sadder, Uncle Monty's is closing.
Yeah.
No.
We find that out because the Uncle Monty comes out, played by some character actor.
Richard Reel. He's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. He comes out and he gives everyone the sandwiches, and he gives Jimmy an eggplant parm instead of
his usual order.
Parm, his usual meatball parm.
But Jimmy still likes it because the sandwiches are that good.
Yeah, and he realizes he does need to shake things up more than just his sandwich orders.
I wonder if that'll point to any future developments.
But guys, Uncle Monty's is going out of business.
I know. Whatever
we
shall
just
they
talked
do?
about that.
But guys, I've got an idea. What if, and hear me out, what if Jimmy and Fernando bought Uncle Monty's?
I have a better idea for
the store, not the sandwich, the store.
Zach,
itself.
I have a better idea for you.
Yes.
What if we bought Uncle Monty's sandwich
That should
shop?
be our job, guys.
That's our
We've been
serious
looking
job.
for a
There we go.
job.
That's our serious job.
That's our arc completed. We don't need to be serious anymore. We can be funny again. Yeah.
Hooray! We were doing such a good
Tyler,
job.
put
being
happy music
serious.
Musical bits. by the way.
Musical bits.
Guys, we did a great job being serious.
We did a great job being
resolved-
serious.
I think we did the best job. I don't know. Like, if you were to rate like 1 to 10 seriousness, we're at like an 11.
It's true. And I mean, like, we did so well. Like, we can take our suits off now. I assume your guys' suits are tearaway like mine is.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
way ahead
obviously. Rip. There
of
we
you. I'm gonna
go.
keep mine on because I
Wow,
like looking
your suit
fancy.
sounded like a man saying rip.
I'm keeping mine
have
on.
sound effects.
I like just the nice fancy look of my suit on me.
Great. Well,
Nice.
next scene.
Okay.
Tommy is coloring wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. He has reverted back to being a bad baby.
Tommy, who we have not seen in several episodes.
I think the first line of this scene is he says, sky purple. And Steph is like, yeah, you did color the sky in as purple. And here I'm going like, this idiot baby doesn't know that the sky is blue.
Tommy, look up every now and then.
He's
How about
also
that, you
using
stupid
the wrong
baby?
end of the crayon.
He's using the wrong end of the crayon, which, like, sure, some artists are, like, unconventional thinkers.
Yeah, but like still, Tommy. Oh my god.
But you're a baby.
Yeah. Use the right end of the crayon, but also, like, and know what color the sky is, you dumb idiot.
You big dumb
stupid
idiot.
baby.
Dumbass.
You stupid
You
idiot.
bad
You big
baby.
dumb idiot. What are you gonna do? You gonna fucking cry? You gonna shit your pants maybe?
You're gonna cry like a baby because you're a baby?
Oh, what a fucking loser, am I right?
It's a bad if he was a good baby, I wouldn't be so mean.
But you're
He's a bad
bullying him
baby.
because he's a bad baby.
Yeah. Hey, bullying works.
It builds character.
It builds character and is a good thing. These are things some people actually believe.
Bullying works. I mean, look at us. Mark bullied me all the time, and I came out just fine.
Of course. We're all just victims of Mark's bullying.
Yeah, Mark
That's
is.
the
Yeah,
only reason. That's the only reason this podcast got started.
yeah,
You're welcome.
exactly.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mike. I'm so glad you stole my lunch money.
Anyway, Fernando and Jimmy come in and they have sandwiches and an announcement.
They're saying they bought
The
Uncle
announcement being
Monty's.
that
They bought Uncle Monty's.
And they're like, guys, we know we got the sandwiches in front of it. We know you bought Uncle Monty's. And they're like, no, we bought Uncle Monty's. Like the store. Like the restaurant. Not the sandwich, you dummy. And he says
Which-
that.
He says that word for word.
Yeah.
And I just want to point out, we often pitch a spin-off for every episode of Fuller House.
Yes.
This is perhaps the first episode of Fuller House that comes with its own spin-off concept.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fernando and Jimmy going off and running a sandwich shop, I would watch the shit out of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That would be awesome. And
With Steve
that
as the
is
primary investor.
Such a common sitcom trope that it's just so ripe for content.
Steph and Kimmy do not love it. They're both like, how could you do this without telling us? That's a
Yeah,
big
what the
decision.
fuck?
That's a lot of money. What the
And they're
fuck?
like, what? Uncle
You-
Monty's was closing.
You guys don't know how to run a restaurant. And they go, but it was closing.
They have not thought this out. And
No.
apparently Steve, a competent man with a thriving business in, I'm forgetting the word.
Podiatry?
He's a podiatrist.
Yeah.
I think is he the Lakers podiatrist? I know at one point he
I
was
think
going
so.
to turn it down, but
He turned it
Yeah,
down.
yeah, he
either
turned it
did
down.
or he didn't. I know he turned it down, but I forgot if DJ was like, you can't turn it down. We'll still make it work. And then it wasn't.
Lonzo
an
Ball
issue.
was very convincing, but I'm pretty sure he ended up turning it down.
He accepted it and then left early, I think.
Okay, because, yeah, I wasn't sure if there was just a reversal or if there was a double reversal of the decision.
There was a double reversal.
And then there was another reversal.
There was some kind of reversal. There were a lot of reversals on that
I
subplot. It
know,
wasn't
like,
handled very well.
Again,
But-
this fucking show. Like, again, what, in my head, it was like, wasn't it he, like, accepted it, left, DJ said you can't leave, so he accepted it again, and then maybe he left again? Not this episode, we can't get into it.
We can't get into it here. It's fine. He's a successful podiatrist, and yet for some reason he decides that this is going to be his big side investment. Uncle Monty's, run by Fernando and Jimmy, two men he knows to be complete idiots.
Yeah, and Jimmy's like, but Steph, I accepted this because you wanted me closer to you. And Fernando said, and Kimmy, I accepted this because you wanted me to be farther away from you.
It's a perfect medium.
Yes.
It's perfect medium.
And then they're all suddenly convinced.
It is a good idea, but you don't make that decision without talking to your fiance.
It's a big decision. Anyway, next scene, I'm trying to keep us on track a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know we're not being serious anymore, but I'm trying to keep us on track a little bit.
Yeah.
Is this when Ramona's really sad? Because the thing I was transitioning to earlier?
Well, this is Ramona recording
Yes.
a message.
yeah.
Yep.
She
Her
records a
hacking
message
video.
that's like, hey, I was hacked, so if I liked a really old Instagram picture of you, it was like probably a Russian bot or something. Okay, bye. And she asked J Money to record it, but he records his face instead because he's a dummy.
An idiot.
You big dumb idiot.
I also do want to point out, she says, I'm not saying it was a Russian bot, or I'm not saying it is a Russian bot, but I'm not saying it's niet. You don't like that wordplay, Harrison?
Because doesn't niet mean no?
Yeah, but it also sounds a little bit like not. This is a very clever
Yes,
show.
it's very clever.
The pun part of my brain is getting angry.
Yeah, J Money was recording his face the whole time. It's great.
And then what should happen? But Max comes home. He got a ride from a fire truck because he's the coolest kid. He had to be taken off of the high dive by the fireman because he was so scared.
Well, it's very good because at first he doesn't tell them what's going on. And he just says, I don't want to talk about it. And he goes to his room. And J Money says to Ramona, do you think the city pool caught on fire?
And she just... It's such a good moment because she just
It's a
stares
look
at
of pure
him in
confusion.
bewilderment.
Well, I think she stares at him for a while.
She stares at him for a while
and then goes
just...
like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's really good.
In fairness, I have known certain bodies of water that have caught on fire.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm
It's not
mainly
impossible.
talking about the Cleveland River, the river in Cleveland, which is so polluted that it caught on fire.
Well, yeah, it's in the Cleveland tourism video, you know?
Yeah.
See a river that catches on fire. That one.
If you guys
Musical
want 2
bits.
minutes of fun, check out the Cleveland tourism video on YouTube.
It's wonderful.
Anyway,
Maybe the city pool of San Francisco was just also really polluted. You ever think of that? J Money is a genius.
But, you know, Max runs up to his room, and he's not crying. No, what is he doing instead, Mark?
He's singing the song Torn by Natalie Imbruglia.
Yeah, this is how he copes with his feelings, which brings me up to my
and not
my
just
new
singing it, but
performing it
Oh yeah,
performing
he
it,
is
and
he is
wearing
dancing.
a black hoodie in his room,
like a robe style thing. Which I'd like to point out. My new headcanon is I would like to believe that Max believes his whole life is a musical, and will just start bursting into song at random points instead of actually dealing with his emotions. I mean, it
Would
happened
make
that other
sense.
time in like season 3, right?
Yep.
There was like a dream
Season 3
sequence.
begins with a musical dream sequence from Max.
Yeah. And I'd like to imagine Max also gets really disappointed when nobody else joins in with his musical numbers. It's like, what? You guys don't understand the choreography that we're making up on the spot?
Amateurs.
Amateurs, all of you.
I mean, to be fair to Max, like it's a little much, it's a little silly, but he is all out of faith. This is how he feels. He's cold and he's ashamed. Lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed.
Mark, are these the
Musical
lyrics
bits.
to the song that Max was singing? Is this a musical bit of sorts?
This is a musical bits of sorts.
Sort of
Musical bits.
Can it really be musical bits if we say it as spoken word poetry?
I don't know.
But yeah, Max is like, no, the pool didn't catch on fire, you dummy. I got so scared on top of the high dive that the fireman had to take me down and drive me home.
Yep.
And they're like, and J Money and Ramona are like, oh, Max, it's fine. Everyone gets embarrassed. I mean, I liked Ethan's old Instagram photo. And J Money's like, yeah, and I exist.
Yeah. It's a very good scene. J Money does tell a very specific story of like, I was carrying all this butter and then I like dropped it and I slipped in the butter and I knocked into a bunch of people. Now here's the embarrassing part.
It's like a story that goes on for like, it just keeps going on and on and on. And I was like, this is
ridiculous.
It's this episode gives us exactly what we love out of J Money as a character.
It's so good. It is so good.
I would have loved if this scene also solved Ramona's problem and she was like, yeah, in comparison to J Money, I'm not doing too bad. And they do sort of transition into a like, yeah, if J Money can live his entire life,
then
like,
obviously
then
you
can
should
do
be
anything.
able to go to school and go to Camp Max.
I forget what Ramona's line is, but J Money says the line, I wake up every day knowing
Oh yes.
I wake up every day thinking today cannot be worse than yesterday.
Which is is that quite possibly the most sad boy thing this show has produced?
There are some
Wow.
other J Money lines that rival it, but that has like some realness to it.
That's a very under the radar, like memorable quote.
Anyway, DJ comes home. She says, Kimmy, Stephanie, why are you so upset? And Steph is like, Well, Jimmy and Fernando bought Uncle Monty's sandwich shop. Yeah, Steve was with them. Steve helped them do. What were those guys? Steve was with them. What were those guys even doing together? They never hang out. And DJ is like, yes. What a weird, crazy thing to happen. Steve didn't just make them feel better about their life. I am livid.
It's honestly one of my favorite DJ moments. It was really
DJ's
fun.
very good when she's at fault for something.
Yeah, there was also a really good moment in this where like DJ says, well, maybe, he's going to be close. Maybe this is a good thing for them to do. And Steph says, Steve is their primary investor. And DJ goes, those two idiots?
No, she pauses for a moment. There's like a solid like couple seconds where it's just like her facial expression is just like,
there's just fire in her eyes. Like a nuclear explosion is happening behind her irises.
Yeah.
This is a really good DJ scene.
It's very good. It doesn't happen often, but it's a good DJ scene.
Yep.
We're so mean to DJ.
Anyway, we are.
I know, we're very mean to DJ, but she's very good in this
builds
scene.
Character, we've established this.
Anyway, we go to Ramona's room. J Money comes in. He's solved her problem.
Yeah.
He upped her hacker video idea and just absolutely killed it. He got a Guy Fawkes mask.
He pretended to be anonymous.
He pretended to be anonymous.
Autonomous.
But he says autonomous.
And he does like a whole message. Meanwhile, his football jersey with his name on it is just hanging in the background.
Hey, J Money, you didn't think to look at the video after filming? It's really great. And Ramona points this out and he says, got it covered. He puts the mask on and goes, we are autonomous. We have stolen Jackson Fuller's jersey.
It's very good. J Money as autonomous. We need more of this. He's very good. It solves all of Ramona's problems.
We need to just cut to Rocky, like smash cut to Rocky sitting watching Instagram at home just with an expression of, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rocky
What
exists.
the fuck is my ex-boyfriend doing with his time?
I need to help this man. This man needs help.
Yeah.
This man needs to be bullied, and Rocky is the one to do it.
Yes.
Anyway, they all go to Uncle Monty's, or Steve, Fernando, and Jimmy are at Uncle Monty's.
They're about to sign their deal.
They're about to sign their deal. DJ, Stephanie, and Kimmy come to stop them. Kimmy is wearing a flawless disguise.
Which is a sandwich costume.
She's dressed like a sandwich.
And her face isn't covered, but she calls it a disguise.
Yeah. Yes, it's flawless was sarcasm. And Fernando immediately sees through her disguise.
But not because of her face, because she's wearing fishnet stockings.
Yes.
Apparently this is also lingerie, which makes it a little
sandwich
scandalous,
lingerie.
honestly.
Sandwich disguise.
But look, they all explain themselves. Fernando says with Uncle Monty's, he's found a new passion and purpose. And guys, he has his spark back.
Yeah.
Fernando has his spark back.
And Jimmy, he's, it was an impulsive decision that he should have consulted his fiance about. But hey, it does solve their problem. And they checked the books. And apparently Uncle Monty's is a pretty successful place.
Yeah, and Jimmy sells his RV because he says, "Look, I'm selling my RV to pay my share." And Steph is like, "But you love that RV." And he says like, "Yeah, but I want to do things right and support you. And be a man."
Good on him.
Good
on our
sweet
Jimmy. Himbo.
Our good sweet boy, Jimmy Gibbler.
He wants to be a responsible adult. It's good.
Yeah.
And Steve also explains like, look, I have some money that I wanted to invest in something. These are two friends of mine.
These are two friends of mine that I just met.
These are two friends of mine that I just met. And are also related to my girl.
Hey, he does live with Fernando.
Yeah. Or Jimmy lives with Fernando. Steve doesn't live with either
Steve
of them.
does not. Sorry, Jesus Christ.
Anyway, we go back to the kitchen. Everybody is eating sandwiches. DJ has a line that I kind of liked where Steve's like, what do you think after having your first Uncle Monty sandwich? And she says, like, well, I know I was angry. I know I asked you earlier, why did you buy Uncle Monty's sandwich shop? But I should have asked, why didn't you buy it sooner?
Yeah.
These are good sandwiches.
Yeah. Though I don't know, if Uncle Monty's leaving, will the sandwiches be as good?
I mean, I guess we'll have to watch the rest of the show and find out if they retain the staff of Uncle Monty's.
This is
I guess
suspense. Suspense.
I guess the staff can stay. There's no reason that they have to leave.
Yeah, but they'll be missing the most important ingredient, love, and Uncle Monty's
also maybe
sweat.
Uncle Monty's sweat. Yeah.
Uncle
He says at one
Monty's
point, I've put a lot of
literal
sweat into these sandwiches over the years, and it's ambiguous if that's literal or metaphorical.
Yes.
Because he doesn't say blood, sweat, and tears. He says sweat.
Just sweat.
Which clearly implies that he specifically meant sweat.
Only
They
sweat.
don't ask what he meant. Fernando just sort of says, look, delicious is delicious. I don't care. Also, good news. Max comes home. Everybody's like, oh, did people make fun of you about the high dive? And he says, no, because Taylor went off the high dive. And midway through, he lost his bathing suit. So everybody was making fun of him for that. And it was great for me.
Yay!
Yay, everything's
We love seeing
resolved.
Taylor suffer.
And also Ramona. Ethan likes one of Ramona's pictures from 3rd grade from 10 years ago. He gave her a deep like. They're perfect for each other. Those two storylines kind of resolve themselves.
Yeah, they kind of resolve themselves at the very end for no reason.
Yep.
But yeah. But now we get to quite possibly the tightest race. Well, maybe not the tightest race. The quite possibly the greatest sad boy of the week yet.
I almost wonder if we should skip the summaries and just discuss the incredible pool of talent that we have.
Okay, what do we? We've got
because there's too
J-Money.
many.
We've
J-Money.
got Max. We've
Max,
got Fernando. Ramona.
Fernando, Ramona. Those are the ones that come to my mind.
The big
J-Money,
four.
Fernando, Ramona, Max,
Yep.
Jimmy.
I don't think.
Maybe. I don't think he's super sad, especially not when compared to.
Yeah.
Definitely not when
others.
compared to the others.
Yeah.
but-
I'd like to point out though, these 4 characters in this one episode could, like, in a normal episode, would easily win.
yeah.
That they are really upping the quality of their sad boys on Fuller House.
I guess we just have to zero in on who we think best captures the sad boy in this.
I mean,
And I think
It's-
I might have to go J-Money.
yeah,
I'm going to say J-Money.
it's gotta be
He has
J-Money.
the embarrassing hot buttered boy story.
Look,
He's got asking if the pool is on fire.
He's got the autonomous
asking
videos.
if the pool is on fire, hot butter boy. I know. I wake up knowing that today cannot be as bad as yesterday.
saying, "Oh, thank you, Steve." When
Yeah.
Oh, thank you,
who is-
Steve. Thanks, Mom.
Autonomous.
autonomous.
Jersey in the background. Chef's
It's just
accidentally liking the photo
Oh
Yes,
yeah, that's right. He's
yes.
the one who started the whole conflict.
because his
Yes.
fingers retain water.
Because his
It's been a while since we've had a
so
good
good.
J-Money episode, and Fuller House fucking brought him back in a big way.
It's
Friend of the
J-Money.
show, Michael Campion, fucking
Killed
killed it this episode.
Killed it.
It was so good. J-Money
And-
expands his lead on the Sad Boy leaderboard. It's gotta, there were some very good moments. Max's musical number was pretty great. Ramona's entire conflict, pretty great. Depressed Fernando, pretty great. You can't beat prime J-Money.
You can't
Yeah.
be J-Money firing off on all cylinders. So
This is,
this
like-
week's winner is J-Money.
Like, it's
yeah.
It's like the equivalent of, like, you know, Michael Jordan going off in, like, Game 6 of the NBA Finals or whatever. This is J-Money in his prime right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Prime sad boy.
Yeah.
Think that's it for this episode.
I think that is gonna be it for this episode. And yeah. So yeah, that is gonna be it for the episode, you guys. If you like what you just listened to, feel free to like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Fullest House Pod. Once again, I'm Zach Horowitz.
I'm Mark Greene.
And I'm Harrison Bloom. And guys, we are so serious.
We're very serious. I will say this last part very seriously. And until next time, may your houses be fuller, and may your uncles be Monty.